And then I also, damn it, different moisturizer. Fuck. Again, I am going to use my so many freaking lost it right there. Lost it. It wasn't my mind. And I have officially lost it. Moving on, we are going to go, Jesus Lord, for my regular fuck me, favorite under eye pressure. So if you want to find out, how do I even do it? Keep watching if you want to find out. That sounds ridiculous. Hey guys, before we get into today's video, I want to talk to you about a company that I have recently become an ambassador for. They are the world's biggest company that makes perfumes inspired by designer cult fragrances. I made a promise to myself when I first started this channel, I was not going to take any company sponsorships that I did not truly believe in their product. I am speaking about Dossier. They are phenomenal. They have over 70 different fragrances that you can search and choose from that smell almost identical to some of our favorite high-end fragrances. They have fragrances from Tom Ford to Chanel, Gucci. You have a favorite fragrance and you go on their site and you search it, and they will bring up what their version of that fragrance is. This month, I picked up two different fragrances. The first one that I picked up was Ambery Saffron. Now, this one is a dupe for, I'm going to try and say this, Maison Francis Baccarat Rouge. Now, I love deeper fragrances. I love more spicy, romantic fragrances. This fragrance is so hard to describe. It is magical. This has top notes of saffron, orange blossom, middle notes of jasmine, plum, and cedarwood, and base notes of oak moss and fir balsam. Oh gosh, it's wonderful. I get so warm and like you just want to wrap yourself in it and just, oh. This is your 1.7 ounce bottle, $49. In comparison to the Baccarat Rouge, which is starting at $300. This fragrance is amazing. If you like any of the deeper fragrances or any of those elements to your fragrances that I was speaking about, you will love this. The second perfume that I got was inspired by none other than my favorite fragrance company, Tom Ford. This one is in comparison to Tom Ford's Neroli Portofino. This one is a warm fragrance while still having a touch of freshness and citrus to it, which I am not a citrus person. So it surprised me how much I really loved this perfume. Top notes are Neroli, bergamot, mandarin, and lemon. Middle notes, orange blossom, jasmine, and lavender, and base notes of musk and amber. What I love about this company is they are so confident in what they are going to bring you. They give you a 30-day money back guarantee. So you get your fragrance, it's not what you were expecting, you return the fragrance. No questions asked, nothing. They have partnered with me to give me a discount code. What's neat about this discount code is you can not only use it to get 10% off, you can stack it with other promos and discounts in order to get the best value. I want to say a huge thank you to Dossier. They have been an absolute pleasure to partner with. They were my first big company that sent me PR and the first company that believed in me to get the word out to my viewers, even though I was a small channel. I hope you guys take advantage to get the 10% off and enjoy the video. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I wanted to delve into what my summer foundation routine looks like. What am I using that I feel like is going to get me from 8 a.m. all the way until 9, 10, whatever time that I need it to last to. So today we're gonna sit down, we're gonna break it down, and I am going to show you the products that I use in order to successfully lock it down. All right, let's get started. Anybody that knows me or has worked with me knows I push skincare like nobody else's business. The product that you are using is only going to lay as good as what you're putting underneath of it. And really just depends on what your skin is like at that time as to what you're going to use. Right now, my skin is, well, I get dry down here for some reason, and I get dry right here. Everywhere else, I can get oily, and I sweat like nobody's business. So it's a great problem to have, let me just tell you. What I like to start with, and I never hear anybody talk about this, is Cinema Secrets Prep. And you can also set with it, and it's called Super Sealer. I'm gonna have to tie my hair back. Let's just get that out of the way. Before I do any skincare, I am gonna take this and just like you would a setting spray, just spray that over. This is the best thing that I have found for controlling your sweatiness and your oiliness so that your makeup does not break up within 5 minutes. So I'm going to use my Tatcha Dewy Skin Serum first. And I'm just going to do 2 little pumps. That should be good. And I am just going to lightly rub and pat that into my skin. And because I'm extra, I can't just have one moisturizer. Nay, nay, I have to have 2. So, like I said, I am dry around my nose area, and I have a patch right here on my chin that I'm really dry. So I like to go all over, this is just my little baby one, of the face with the moisturizing matte lotion from La Mer. Again, you do not have to use this. It is expensive. Please don't feel like I'm pushing that on you. So again, going over top of what I just did, I am just going to pat and rub that in. Okay, and then on those 2 spots that I am really dry, just to make sure that my foundation is not, oh, it can look so terrible. It can get really super flaky right there and right there. So I like to take my La Mer, the moisturizing cream, not the moisturizing soft cream. This one is the one that's really, really dense and rich. And I just rub that in right there. And I like to go under my eyes a little with it. I have changed some things up in my skincare routine. If that is something that you guys are interested in, let me know. I'd be happy to do an updated skincare routine. Now that you have a good hydrated base, your foundation is going to lay so much smoother and easier. Primers. Oh my goodness, there's so many different primers that you can use. For today, I use Tatcha Perfect Canvas. Today I think I'm going to use my Shiseido Sinker Skin Soft Blurring Primer. Another one that I really like is the e.l.f. Puff Puff Primer. Have a little bit of my primer. I am going to just softly pat that in. Whenever possible, it's never a good idea to tug on your skin, but this really fills in the pores really nicely. I'm so red right now. I am in the middle of a terrible fibromyalgia flare. You can see my whole entire arm is red. My chest gets red. My ears, my skin. It's just a grand old time. So, currently loving this by NYX. I like to go over just the areas that I know are bigger in pores, which are like right here, through here, and a little on my nose. And this is the NYX Pore Filler Targeted Stick. Now, I don't know how hygiene friendly this is, but it's your own skin. So if you have any active breakout, because this is a stick that you use over and over again, just be careful about going over top of it with an active breakout, because you're going to get the bacteria from your breakout onto here. I like to go right in here, just kind of over top of the nose. Just press that in. And my I need Botox line. And then right here. One more thing, I am going to use my Jaclyn Hill Under Eye Moisturizer. Under Eye Prep. Now that my face is nice and prepped, I am ready to start. So right now I have fallen back in love with this foundation. I picked it up on a whim when I was shopping at Sephora because I'd used it in the past. And let me tell you, I have fallen back in love with this. I remembered why I loved it. And this is the Fenty Beauty Soft Filter, or Soft Matte Pro Filter. Now this is the more matte version, not the hydrating version. Depends on how you like to apply it. I am and have always been a sponge girl. You can apply it with a sponge, a brush. I don't suggest your fingers, but some people like to use their fingers. And I have seen and I love Tati's Blendiful. It just kind of pushes it in real nicely there. I'm going to start with 2 pumps on the back of my hand. And I am going to do just a couple dots. This color is just slightly light for me, but we can fix that. This is a pretty full coverage foundation. So although I have a lot of dots, although I have a lot of dots all over my skin, they are very thin and sheer dots. It's not a lot of product piled on there. And just for reference, I am the shade 150. So taking my damp beauty blender, I am going to start to stamp the product in. Oh, it just goes on so beautifully. Do you see how pretty that just goes into your skin? And it like just covers all of your dirty secrets. Let's speed up this process. When I come back, I will be done. Just a tip that I didn't even think about before I started putting the foundation on my skin and then proceeding to take a little bit and then talk. Do not put the dots all over your skin unless you intend on blending it in right then. Right now, I am obsessed with the Catrice True Skin line. I love the concealer, but if you are looking for a really good drugstore brand alternative to the Fenty, the Catrice True Skin Foundation is amazing. But today I am going in with the Catrice True Skin High Coverage Concealer. And I am just going to go underneath the eyes. This one's a little yellow for me, and this is the cool version. It'll work. Okay, and then just pat her in there. Blends out so beautifully. And the Fenty is the foundation that plays well with others. It definitely is one that I do not have problems using things under or over it. Moving on to powder. I have to be careful because if I use too much powder, I have texture in my skin, so you can really see it if I use too much powder. So I like to use an under eye brightening powder, and then I like to use a regular powder all over my skin. My favorite under eye brightening powder right now is the Sisley Fido, we're just gonna call it the Sisley Fido powder in irisee. I found this little guy thanks to my friend Mel. So you open it up and it has the little holes the powder comes up through. I like to use a sponge for this. I just put some on the tip of my sponge and I just go right on top. And it just gives me a smooth and brightening effect. It's so pretty. For my regular face powder, I have really liked this, and I don't know that I have talked about this powder, but it is the Urban Decay All Nighter in Translucent. I really like this powder. It blurs so beautifully on the skin. Again, I am going to use my sponge. I put some powder on there, and I like to start on the outer part of my skin where I have more texture and just go over that, and then going inwards with anything extra. Do you see how pretty that blurs the skin? And then I like to just take a big floofy brush and I like to dip into the irisee powder. I like to just kind of go over the whole face so that it kind of just locks everything in and gives me a really pretty and healthy glow. But you see that brought life back into the skin, because as much as I love powder, it can really go badly if not done correctly. I'm going to finish my face. I will be right back and we will be looking at the last step of the process. Okay, so now that my face is on, now is one of my personal most important steps, which is setting spray. I recently have switched up my setting spray from what I was using to what I am using now, which, if you were paying attention earlier, you will already know is I'm a nitties. It is the Cinema Secrets Super Sealer. I've tried so many foundations, so many setting sprays. Can honestly tell you, when I use this setting spray, my makeup is still on after 8, 9, 10 hours. Does it look a little dewy-ish? Yes. Does it look like not as great as it did in the very beginning? Yes. Listen, makeup is wonderful. You can put all the claims you want on the bottle, but it is not going to last 10, 16, whatever many of hours that is claiming. And you should not want to keep your foundation on that long. But I digress. This is phenomenal. And you never hear anybody talk about it. This shit stays on like nobody's business. It locks it in there. And I don't know if it is just a combination of the Fenty and this, but together they're amazing. I am just going to get that out of my face. Spray this on. And I like to just go in and pat over it. Now, this is more of a matte formula. So if you're using matte products underneath, you're going to look matte. If you like that little bit of a glow, just grab your favorite luminous setting spray. Like, I like to top it with the Tatcha Dewy Skin Mist. Just simply go over top of it, pat that in, and you're done. This is my new, updated, and favorite foundation routine. If you guys would like a wear test, let me know. I'd be happy to do a wear test. I didn't even really think of that when I started filming the video at like 3 o'clock at night. But I hope that you enjoyed watching. I hope you got something from this, and I hope that you can get yourself a kick-ass foundation routine. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Smash the like button, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys. Mwah.